months or a lot longer?
Uh, I don't think I was in a class 'cause I just enrolled, and I think I had a class at 10 o'clock on Tuesday, Thursday. So I don't think I was in class yet. But
What class would that have been at 10 o'clock?
at 10, intro to business. I can't. I think it was some business class. It's a 1 hour credit. It was my class. No, it's flown by, but also at the same time, it's been a grind, and we worked really hard to get here, but it's gone by so fast. Looking back now.
We're going to go over here to our left.
Matt Connolly with the State newspaper. Dabo, when you see what Justin and Trevor did, not just last night, but in the other playoff game as well, just how rare is that for freshmen, and what's the potential for those two guys?
Oh, man. Unlimited potential. Incredible. It's incredible. And T, that catch T made was spectacular throw. He put it in one spot where only T could go get it. And, I think Justin, especially these last several games, his confidence, his development, he is easily one of the most technically advanced players I've ever coached at that position. I've spent my whole life coaching wideouts, and sometimes you get guys and they have all the tools, but it's going to take a little. You just got to kind of put it all together. But from day one, I mean, his physicality, he's a big guy, and his ability to stick a foot in the ground and go another direction is unique. And you saw that last night, but his understanding and knowledge of route running, his technique at his break points, his ability to influence and manipulate the defender, and then he's just got freaky ball skills. I mean, it's unbelievable. Those catches he made last night, we see it all the time in practice. He made a catch in camp that I mean, he hadn't even played a game, and he was like on ESPN from one of our scrimmages. So those plays come natural to him, and it's pretty special to see what he was able to do this year as a freshman, and how humble he is, and how he went about his work, and the development of he and T this year. And then as we progressed, we were able to get those guys on the field a lot together, and that created and you put him back there under center, and ET at tailback. Man, it gave us a lot of options. So I'm excited to know that we got that number 8 back next year, and T and Trevor. So should be fun.
We're going to go right over here to Gene, right, slightly off to the right.
Gene Sapikoff from the Charleston Post and Courier. Dabo, when you signed Nolan Turner, I think his only other offer was UAB, and a lot of people thought you were just doing a favor to your late buddy. He played a heck of a lot last night and played really well. What can you say about his journey?
Yeah, we get a lot of that. There's a lot of people think we just do favors. People create their own stories. It's, that's why when you can't pay attention to that stuff, man. That's another reason we've been successful is we do things that we believe in. And we don't sign players that we don't feel like bring great value to our program. And, we would not have signed Nolan Turner, after that first year. It's just that, again, that divine intervention, call it. I mean, we weren't recruiting really hardly any DBs. And we had 4 guys leave early after that first national championship game, 4 DBs, TJ Green, J-Ron, McKenzie, Travis Blanks. And so now we got to go out and we got to find some DBs. And we were fortunate to get Trayvon. And then I flew down to see him and meet with his mom, and he came in, and I went out to Kansas and got Isaiah Simmons, Kayvon Wallace, and I went back and looked because I had offered Nolan an opportunity to walk on because, again, I knew I wasn't going to have a scholarship. And when I started looking at all the tape, and I went back and I looked at Nolan's tape, and I'm like, what am I missing here? I mean, this guy can play. So I called Buddy Anderson, who's the head coach at Vestavia and has been the head coach there for, 50 years. And he's coached 1 million players that have gone on to play college ball. And I just wanted to talk. I said, I just want your honest opinion. What's your thoughts on Nolan? And it was almost like I popped the balloon right there. And it was almost like relief for Coach Anderson. He was talking about how frustrated he was. He said, this guy's as good a player as I've ever had come through here. He said, I can't get anybody to recruit him. Alabama had offered him a preferred walk-on spot as well. And I said, that's all I need to hear. That's it. And so I took the tape down and I pulled it up for Brent to look at. I wanted to see what he didn't tell him anything about him. He didn't know anything about him. I said, I just want you to watch this kid. And we watched him, and Brent, he gets fired up. And he's like, man, this guy can play. He's a baller. Who is he? Where is he? I said, all right, good. That's all I need to know. And the rest is history, So it was so – and again, that just – God worked that out. That's just how things work. And so I was able to call KT and Raymond, KT's dad, and that's one of the most special moments ever for me to be able to tell KT that I was going to fly in town the next day and, not to tell Nolan. Nolan thought I was coming to the school to offer him a walk-on spot. And I told Nolan early on, I said, I just want you to know the rhetoric is going to be that, we feel sorry for you, and we're only offering you a scholarship because of my relationship with your dad, and that's going to be the storyline, and you need to get yourself ready for that. I said, but man, you can play, and what I want you to know is you've earned this, all right? And you just come in and be who you are, put the work in. You're gonna grow and develop into a great football player, and that's exactly what he's done. He had a heck of a sophomore year for us. A great sophomore year, and there's no doubt over these next couple of years he'll be an incredibly pivotal player for us. Had a great game last night. Did a heck of a job. Plays on all the special teams and starts in our dime package. And we went to him early in the game last night. We gave up a couple big plays and thought he settled us down a little bit. But really proud of Nolan.
We're going to take 2 more questions. We're going to start over here, left of the aisle.
Yeah, Max Olson from The Athletic. Dabo, when you have your first team meeting Friday, you're going to be missing right here.
Oh, okay. Somewhere. Oh, there you are. Okay.
Yeah, hey, when you have your team meeting Friday, you're going to be missing a few defensive linemen for that, I imagine. How do you feel about the next man up mentality with that group and just the number of reps you're able to get the younger guys to get ready for their bigger role next year?
Oh, man, I'm excited about it. I love that. I can't wait to have that meeting on Friday. It's always a fun meeting for me to kind of reset the room, if you will, and kind of paint a picture of what this new journey is going to look like and what we've got to do. Every year is a new challenge, and you don't carry anything over. Trevor's got to go earn the job again. Trayvon's got to go earn the job again. We got a starting point, but he's got to prove that he's still the best player. It's just how it is. You don't get to carry those touchdowns over and any of that. Those good decisions. We start over. And it's exciting because, I know we've got a bunch of guys that we're going to be in a very experienced offense. We'll have 4 seniors in that offensive line. We only lost 2 guys. We're going to be experienced at running back, experienced at quarterback with Trevor and Chase, experienced at receiver. I think we got a chance to be dynamic at tight end. So I'm excited about that. But defensively, we're going to have pretty good experience there too. But I think what we're going to be able to put on the field up front, we got a lot of guys that y'all have no idea who they are right now. But this time next year, everybody's going to know who they are. And that's the fun part about what I do. We get to start over every year and plug guys in and let them go play. So it's exciting to know that Xavier Thomas has got a chance to be an every down player, and KJ Henry and Maskell. We got, I think, 5 mid-years that just moved into Clemson yesterday that will be in that meeting. So it's going to be an exciting spring, a lot of fun to pull it all together and get that group ready to go next year.
Last question right down here in the second row, right here to my right.
Eric,
Cecil there. I see you, Cecil. I see you.
Eric Boynton with the Spartanburg Herald-Journal. This is for Trevor. Trevor, when did you first get a real good look at just how good those last two Justin Ross catches were? Were you able to sneak a peek at the Jumbotron, or was it until after the game when you saw the highlights? And then also, what is it like confidence-wise to throw to a guy with that kind of catch radius where you just have to kind of get it in the area code and know he's going to have a shot?
I mean, I saw it firsthand. I threw the ball. I watched him reach over the guy, grab it. Then the other one down the sideline, holding his arm down, bobbles it with one hand, catches it, gets hit, going out of bounds. I mean, I saw him when I threw him. But no, I was watching ESPN last night after the game and saw the replays probably 5 or 6 times. And it's just he's an amazing player. And like Coach Swinney was talking about, we got a lot of guys that do stuff like that. But obviously he's special, and it was awesome.
I didn't know this until coming over here, but they told me that I'm not on Twitter and that stuff, but Jerry Rice evidently tweeted out, shout out to Justin Ross. That's pretty cool, right there. So you catch Jerry Rice's attention. I think that's pretty neat for a young guy.
That concludes today's news conference. What we're